Welcome back to the Backrooms. A seemingly endless maze of corridors and levels resembling distorted liminal spaces that hosts a bustling ecosystem of monstrous entities. If you don't know what the Backrooms are, you should definitely watch my other stuff explaining it after this video and subscribe, where I will find you and only half no-clip you so your legs are on Earth but the top half of you is slowly dying face down in the moist carpet. With that out of the way, let's take a look at more of the entities roaming around these endless halls. Hounds are another quadruped humanoid-like creature with warped and distended limbs to make this style of locomotion more easy. These creatures hatch from goopy weird frog eggs. They have long tangled greasy black basement dweller hair growing from their head and an extremely large mouth laden with sharp teeth. Oh yeah, also claws to match cause they know how to coordinate an outfit. Despite looking like an anorexic, bedridden, dying old man, they are quite powerful and quick. They'll pretty much maul anything that isn't, or sometimes is, another hound on sight until the resulting small red pile either stops moving and or existing. Although, if you just stare these things directly in the eye, their brain kinda shuts down. See, my whole head is an eye, so as long as I'm just like generally facing them, they're gone. There's nothing behind these eyes. Not a single thought. Head empty. Death moths are giant edgy emo moths that inhabit the backrooms. Male death moths are small, kinda dumb, and sometimes even friendly. He a good boy. You're my friend now. Female hot topic butterflies are several feet in wingspan, can spit acid at great speeds, and will attempt to turn anything that moves into a pile of sputtering mush. Like anglerfish, this species is big on that horror movie type femdom stuff. Not much is known about the goth moth other than it looks pretty similar to a normal moth and it kills people who try to study it. Like regular moths, edgy moths are attracted to light. While this is bad if you hear fluttering of wings nearby and you have a flashlight, you could also just put a torch in front of a wood chipper and solve all your problems. Next up is something designed to be completely unpronounceable, obviously based on H.P. Lovecraft type spelling. I'm just gonna call it an arachnid because that's the closest reference creature y'all have. This Backrooms arachnid is a large spider-like arthropod with 16 legs. While these beings certainly aren't benign, they are slow-moving and haven't been observed actively pursuing prey items. As long as you don't stand directly under it like the Backrooms equivalent of a dodo bird that humans tend to be, you'll probably be fine. Speaking of, these entities generally stay hidden on the ceiling, creating ball-shaped webs and filling them with sedative secretions that, while unable to completely paralyze a victim, is enough to greatly dampen a person's thinking capability. It then hangs these balls on the ceiling with additional webbing. It continues to do this until there is prey nearby, at which point it will drop a ball. The effect of the depressant starts and the victim will start to feel drowsy, happy, and confused like they faced a blunt. It then proceeds to drop all of the balls at once, making the target completely unresponsive to any outside stimuli, like a guy passed out in his own vomit. The spider boy then drops down to its prey and proceeds to inject digestive enzymes into the victim before slurping out the resulting slurry. After feeding, it returns to the ceiling and hibernates before setting up its traps once again. Its secretion can be refined into painkillers and other useful drugs. But in the pure state, it induces a psychoactive state that some describe as a psychedelic opiate effect. It can be eaten, refined and smoked, even boofed. I dissolved some of it into a vape juice and got it into a concert once. Next up is the Cerebrospinal leech. Like most leeches, the Cerebrospinal leech is a blood-sucking parasite. But what else does it suck? Cerebrospinal fluid. It's in the name. Are you stupid? Sometimes I think you just watch these videos because you can't read. Latching on lower points of the spine for a few hours can lead to paralysis below where the leech is latched on. But if left for long enough, it can lead to complete paralysis and death by paralyzing the respiratory system. Despite their pleas to end the pain, we have managed to keep a victim in this state alive on a respirator. Latching directly onto the brain is often lethal in a matter of minutes, as the leech will drain the skull of cerebrospinal fluid ravenously, leaving the victim's brain like a wrung-out sponge. As this happens, the victim's cognitive function will decline rapidly before they just seize up and fall over dead. Sometimes the leech will suck with such force that the skull makes sickening crunches as it crumples up like an empty Capri Sun bag. A lot of people have been asking if we're from the Backrooms, or if they can try to put us on the fandom or the wiki. I have two things to say to that. One, I'm not from the Backrooms, I just like hanging out here, it's a vibe. Two, I'll say it once, I've said it a million times, I'm not an SCP, I'm not a creepypasta, I'm not a Backrooms entity, I just like to pick on them. Why is everyone asking who I am? You shouldn't ask questions that you really don't want the answer to. So how about you just sit back, let your guard down, and enjoy some cartoons, huh? That's it for this episode. If you like this video and want us to come back to the Backrooms and do more sus things, make sure to like, comment, subscribe with all notifications enabled, or I'll smack you in your face. Before we go, I'd like to thank some cult classic artists for providing stills for the videos. We have the amazing Amber Phoenix on Twitter with this glorious still of AzFk and Amoeba, and we also have the amazing Shadow Soup on Twitter with this insane black and white Lovecraftian Az. These two artists are now cult classics and will be in the description of every video.